Nelson Rockefeller, 1975, he was the last vice president to tell the rule maker what to do in the Senate. Are we going to see that with the gentlelady from California?
It does not appear so. You know, the progressives are citing examples like Rockefeller, and I believe Hubert Humphrey did the same at one point. But the moderates have decided they're going to stick with the parliamentarians ruling on what counts as a budgetary bill that you can pass and get around the filibuster. So really the key person there is Joe Manchin, who has said absolutely not. I'm not overruling her.
I studied a careful Pew Research article on liberals from about a year ago showing the size of liberals within the Democrats, the size of liberals within and across America as well. What is the power of progressives right now? Is it there or is it a fiction?
Well, it's significant as part of the party. They aren't the key pivotal people that Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema might be. But, you know, we're already hearing them try to affect what's going to be in this next package when you hear about Elizabeth Warren's wealth tax that may not actually become law, but sort of sets a marker for what Democrats could talk about for this next big bill when they get into tax discussions. You know, they can pull the party left even if they are not the swing votes in the Senate.
Jack, what's Chuck Schumer's biggest challenge this week?
Just not making a massive mistake. It's always a challenge to keep 50 out of your 50 members in line and rely on the vice president to cast that tying vote. It got easier for him when they pulled out the minimum wage provision that was turning off Manchin and potentially some others. So it's not an uphill battle, but he's got to have a 100% success rate in order just to whip the votes and keep everybody in line.
Based on the fact that the bill is pretty much in form, as you lay out, given the fact that that one provision was taken out, are we still talking about $1.9 trillion? Are we still talking about the same, I believe, $350 billion for state and local governments?
Yeah, the top lines are all effectively the same as what Biden proposed. That minimum wage thing is the only major change. We'll see some minor tweaks over the next couple days. So the Senate will vote and the House will have to vote on an amended version. But this is basically the same thing that Biden proposed.
Do any Republican senators want this, Jack?
Not that we've heard from. Those conversations have kind of fallen off the wayside. And when we heard what the president will focus on, it sounds like he's going to be talking a lot more to Democrats just to sort of circle the wagons and make sure it's 50 out of 50 Democrats.
Let's recap the process a little bit then, Jack. Was there ever any negotiation across the aisle? Was there ever any real intent to compromise here?
Democrats seem to have viewed that as a potential bonus if it had happened. This is something they knew they could largely pass through reconciliation with their own simple majority. They talked to Republicans. The president met with them. Does that mean it's real negotiation? I mean, the proof is in the pudding that this is essentially what Biden proposed. There were almost no changes. So this was not a bipartisan process, obviously.